All right, YouTube. It is Sunday night, and it is 8 o'clock. No, it's like 7 something at night. I'm about to go take a nap. I just got back home. I took the kids to the park. The snow melted, the ice melted. Wasn't that much ice this time. Last week it was icy. This week it was snowy. All right. But the roads were kind of icy in the morning, so I called off work, slept all day, ate maybe too much. We just ate again, and we just ate dirty. All right. So sleeping wise and eating wise, I'm leading up to something when I'm saying this. Sleeping wise and eating wise, I'm in for a good lifting day today. All right. But I have not been training the way I'm supposed to, which means I've been getting rest. So I've been getting more sleeping often, and I've been eating more calories than I've been eating in the last couple of months. All right. In this last, I say about a week, right? I was like 167 at my low the other week. Not the low of this cut. The low of this cut, I was like 165. All right, so I was like 160, and every pound counts. All right, for those who say 2 pounds, 3 pounds, yes, when it comes to lifting, every pound counts. So I'm like 170 even, which is like I think 77 kg if you talk about powerlifting numbers, something like that. So what am I getting at? I'm going to the gym, and I'm gonna do a powerlifting style workout. I'm gonna do squats, bench press, deadlift, and I'm gonna tell you which ones I think I'm gonna be the strongest at and why. So I'm gonna start off with squat. My squat is a lift that has been struggling for the last couple years. I'm not dissing myself when I'm saying this. I'm just telling you where you gotta know where you're at to get where you're going. All right, it's a destination. You gotta know your location to get to your destination on your journey. Just like a weight loss journey, you gotta check the scale. And people get afraid of finding out where they are, and they wonder why they never get where they're going, because you won't, swallow your pride and put everything aside and find out where you are first. All right. So I did a squat every day for like 90 something days a couple months ago, right? And I went from 175 pound squat to like a 340. How did I do that in 90 something days? Because my actual strength was not what's limiting me, and it's still not. It's technique and fear. All right, squat, especially if you squatting like this, which you barely breaking knee flexion, instead of squatting all the way down here where you can't see me. That's two totally different squats. All right, so a person that's squatting 340, that's squatting all the way down here, is actually squatting better than somebody who's squatting 600 and squat like this. Anybody can do that. So I'm gonna get that out the way before I even get into the video, right? So my squat today, if I could do more than 300, I'd be happy. Why? Because I haven't been squatting that much. Last time I squatted, I did 275. All right, so that out the way. I'm just predicting my own lifts, right? My bench press sounds like an excuse, but it's not. The particular bench press that I use at the gym I go to, I'm so used to that bench press that I have to work. If you're trying to lift a whole bunch of weight, especially when you weigh a lightweight, you better be paying attention to what you're doing. You better be paying attention. And so when people are particular with certain bench presses, squat racks, or any type of equipment, it's usually for a reason. All right, so for me to go to a different bench press that's made by a different brand that is set up different, the padding's wider, more narrow, softer padding, or harder. The height of the racks and all that matters. All right, everything matters. All right, the heavier you go. So the heaviest I've done lately was like 305, and I did that at 165 pounds. So less than 70 kg, like 60 some kg body weight. In powerlifting, a world-class powerlifter should be able to lift way more than that. I'm not a powerlifter. I don't compete. I'm a gym bro. I'm like the best in the gym, pound for pound. I'm the commercial gym king. All right. So if I could get anywhere near 300 on another bench, it'll equate to if I was doing 315 on the bench I'm used to doing, right? If that makes sense. Or I might just do dumbbells. All right, if I do dumbbells, if I'm going flat, I want anything more than 100 and something pounds in each hand. If I'm going incline, at least 90 or more. All right. I've done the 120s on incline. A lot of times when I did, a lot of people don't understand it. And this is not dissing, and this is not coping or any of that. People don't understand mass moves mass. All right. When I used to weigh 230, I could lift way more weight than when I weigh 170. But if I could do anywhere in that middle, that equivalent, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand it. All right. So then what I think I'm going to excel at is my deadlift, right? Because I've been deadlifting, but I've been sore. But I've been resting and I've been eating. Right now, I don't feel sore right now. A lot of times you think you don't feel sore until you get in the gym. Right? A lot of people don't get that. If you don't lift, you don't understand. No disrespect. But if I can pull 3 times my body weight, and I'm going to do the math on my fingers in front of your face, don't laugh, all right? So if I'm 170 times 2 is 340, plus another 170, which would be 4, 5, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. That'd be 510. If I could do 510 or better, which I think 510 should be easy. A lot of times I'm going heavy on deadlift. Most times just trying to shoot for 3 times my body weight. 3 times your body weight is a crazy deadlift, all right? To me, I think that's powerlifting numbers, all right? Not world-class Sheffield powerlifting numbers. Not, none of that. IFP worlds. I'm not talking about the world-class people. I'm not talking about the 1%. I'm not talking about Austin Perkins and them. Russell Orhii, golly, bro. Talk about Sheffield, man. Russell Orhii, bro, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. People say he's cooked. I don't know. I mean, he could go back down a weight class, but at the same time, he got to worry about Bernstein. He got to worry about a lot of people in that weight class. Yo, but me, I ain't got to worry about that. I'm in the gym. I'm showing off on people in the gym. I'm showing off on everybody that said anything about anything I just said. I'm showing off on y'all. Nah, no disrespect, but yeah, man. Austin Perkins is like the best power lifter ever. I don't care what nobody say, man. You can say whoever. You can say John Hack. You can say whoever, man. It's Austin Perkins. My favorite of all time gotta be Austin Perkins. SSJ Bob. I'm saying favorites. I ain't talking about who best and who ain't. Russell Orhii. Shoot. What's his name back in the days? Tangles a dude back. Jesse Norris. Jesse Norris was crazy, right? So I don't pick if they're black or white. Cause I used to like Brett Gibbs and a lot of these guys. A lot of people they pick he's black, so I'm on the black side. He's white. Forget about that. No, it's best. Best. I don't care. Pick how you want to pick. I pick who's the best. All right, so yo, if he go down, if Russell go down in weight class, he got a lot of. He might be cooked. And I hate saying that because that's one of my favorites. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know. All I know is my competition is me against myself, and I got a lot of room and a lot of things I got to do. All right, so for me to get to my 400, my goals is to get back into my 4s on squat. I just gotta be more. I gotta squat more. Me, I realize that I'm a person who has to squat more often to have a good squat. If not, my squat is gonna be non-existent. All right. So I mean, literally, I was just squatting like 100 and something, and I was heavy. That's before my cut. I was heavier than I am now. I was like 190 or something. Doing 170. I was squatting less than my body weight, like not even a year ago. Not because of strength, because of Look, all right, think about it. You got a bar on your back with a bunch of weight on it, right? For those who don't lift. You got a bar on your back with a bunch of weight on it. And I'm holding a crutch, which means what I'm doing is I'm avoiding injury. Bar on your back, a bunch of weight on it, and you don't accept lifting like this. You only lift like this. All right? You only squat down all the way in the hole. Now you tell me, is it a smart idea to put a whole bunch of weight on the bar that you're not sure that you can lift, and you ain't lifted in a long time, which is my own fault. I'm just saying. Is it smart to do that? A lot of people do that, and guess what happens? They asked for it, they begged for it, they pleaded for it, they knocked on the door that they didn't want answered, and when they got answered, they had no. This is not a PlayStation, Nintendo game. There's no reset button. All right, you gotta think about that. Same thing on the bench press. All right, out of the bench, squat, and deadlift, the three powerlifting lifts, a lot of people, for good reason, would say, if you ask almost anybody, which one is the most dangerous out of the not the power lift, but the deadlift, the bench press, and the squat? Which one is the most dangerous? And the answer that most people will give you is the exact opposite of the one that I would say. They will say the deadlift. I would say the bench press and the squat are more dangerous. All of them is dangerous, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the deadlift is safe. Even the most skilled lifters. And Russell, did you get injured? That's the question. Did Russell already get injured? He bailed out on his last deadlift. Shook everybody's hand and decided not to lift it. If that's what happened, that was the smartest move, all right? Don't push it. It's not worth it. Even if you're competing, it is not worth it. You get one body. All right? And you want to live to lift another day. All right? So what am I saying? Why is the deadlift not more dangerous than the squat and the bench? Because if I'm squatting, the weight is actually on me, literally. If I go down, the weight is actually on me, literally. Yeah, I could dump it off and things like that off my back, got the racks, safety racks. I could leave it on the safety racks and just fall down. Whatever. Still, the weight is literally actually on my body. Same thing on the bench press. If I unrack it, I come down. Yes, there's ways of bailing out, dumping the weight, not putting your clamps on. A lot of people say that. I've done that before. And I got away without getting injured. Most people that say that haven't even done that. Not with no significant weight on the bar. That's scary as fuck. And it can go wrong. Yeah, you can slide under the weight. I think the safest way to bench press alone is to bench press in the squat racks. I've done that, but that is not, you know what I'm saying? Even a spotter, you don't know who, especially if you don't have a good spotter. Anything can happen. You can pop your chest wise. Anything can happen, right? Deadlift, some of those things can happen, especially the bicep tear. Of course, you can hurt your back, hamstring, which I think that's what happened to Roy, so I don't know. Hopefully not. Speedy recovery if that's what it is. But the difference is the weight, instead of being on my body, the weight on the deadlift is on the floor. And most of the time, you know whether it's going to come up right before you even initiate the lift. The way you approach the bar, the way you go down, all that, you can tell your telltale signs before you even grab the bar. Or when you grab the bar, pull your slack out, all that. You could tell the telltale signs 90% of the time before you even start pulling or pushing. It's a push and a pull simultaneously, all right? I got videos how to deadlift. Rep and Time Fitness, how to deadlift. I got videos that explain all that. What I'm saying is, the weight is on the floor. If I feel like it's not going to come up right, I can leave it there. Yeah, people going to say this, and people going to think that, and people going to, so fucking what? Fuck them people, man. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's on video. I've had videos where I lifted weights and failed. I failed at weights that I should not have failed at. If I record it, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to post it. I don't care what it looked like. And I'm going to explain why I didn't get it. People say, oh, you're just complaining. No, I'm explaining. If you want to learn how to do this, you have to listen to the reasons. The reasons that you got to listen to the reasons, dog. You have to. So when somebody say, oh, I didn't get this because of this, don't go, oh, and boo them and, oh, I don't like your videos no more because you failed a lift. Everybody fails lifts. I'm going to be real about mine. Now, if you watching somebody you never seen a failed lift, and you watch them lift 1,000 times, and you never seen a failed lift, that's most likely because they don't post their fails. That's it. They're not keeping it real with you. I keep it real over here. And if I have a bad workout, I post it anyways. And I say, this is why, this and that and third. And you go through the comments, and lo and behold, you got somebody saying, well, you just complaining. And you just, no. That's not it. I'm explaining. So you can learn. And also, I can rewind back and rewatch it, and see where I messed up at. Because sometimes it's just like football, basketball. You got to look at the tapes. You got to look at the plays, right? You think these people that just the weight the 93 weight class that Russell Orhii in, it was a crazy battle between a bunch of people who were all failing. They were all, the 93s was going, the battle of the 93s was the craziest thing I ever seen. They was pulling way more numbers. They was doing way more numbers than what I could do. Like I say, I'm not a world-class powerlifter, and I'm only 70 kg, 70. I just told y'all I don't remember, because I Googled it before I don't really do kgs. I'm a pound guy. You know what I'm saying? It's Pound Town over here. That don't sound right. But nah, man, I will be going to the gym. I'm going to take me a nap. Wake up. I'm going to go to the gym 1, 2, anywhere between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. If I got to go to the gym later than that, it's going to be, I'm going to go anyways. Of course, I got to go. I got to make it there. But the reason I go at the times I go is not because, oh, you think you a warrior because you go to the gym at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. You think that makes you special and it makes you stronger or more dedicated? Or no, and kind of yes. No, though, mostly. What I'm doing is I'm avoiding the crowd. I'm avoiding the chatty patties. I'm avoiding the people who are going to interrupt every time you about to lift. And they never bother you till you got some heavy weight on the bar. I'm avoiding that so I can actually, because that's one of the things that be holding me back. You can't blame other people. Huh? So if I'm deadlifting, right? Squatting, deadlifting, bench pressing. You can throw anything in there. And I get to 100, 135, 225, 315, 405. That might go 455, 475, or 495 straight to it. I don't know. Or end up. Depending on how I feel, depending on how good I feel like I am at the time, right? As soon as I get 4 plates or more, people come over there and basically sit on my lap. I can't blame them. I can't blame them for me bailing out on 500. If from 400 on up, I've been interrupted and conversation and 30, 40-minute conversation. Why don't you just tell them to stop talking to you? Because that makes it even worse. Because now they wonder why you wanted to stop talking to you. Now you got to get aggressive on them. Hey, dog, man, get the fuck off me.